Hey, Miss Martha, what you doing?
Oh, hi, Mr. Hans. I am making an Easter basket for our grandkids. You know why we do eggs and flowers?
Why?
Well, you know, outside the grass is coming up, the leaves are coming back. It's a time of new life.
Look at that. What would you call that? That's like a dozen eggs.
I think that's cool.
You know what? Each egg has something inside it. So there's one, and let's see what's in this one.
Oh, and here's a booklet that says what each one means.
Okay, and it probably helps us understand. What would that be about? There's a donkey. Huh, what's this little donkey doing?
Okay, it says, in Jesus' day, most people walked, but kings would come and ride on donkeys or horses. Most of the crowd spread their cloaks on the road and cut branches from the trees and spread them out on the road. Everybody was welcoming Jesus as their king.
Hey, there's some coins.
It says not everybody was happy to have Jesus as king. In fact, one of his good friends, Judas Iscariot, it says he betrayed Jesus. He got paid to tell Jesus' enemies where Jesus was.
Better get on to the next one. Here we are, egg number 3. And hey, this is interesting. Here we have a
look
cup.
At that.
Look at that, a little cup. They must have went to have supper somewhere.
Do you know that's what it said? It said Jesus had a special dinner with his disciples, 12 of his closest friends.
Right.
And during the dinner that they were eating, Jesus held out a cup and gave everyone a drink. He said, "Drink of it, all of you, for this is my blood, which is poured out for you for the forgiveness of sins."
Jesus is talking about bleeding.
And maybe dying.
And dying.
When he was talking about dying, his good friend Peter said, "No, never, I will defend you against all your enemies." And you know what Jesus said to Peter?
What's that?
He said, "Before the rooster crows 3 times, you're going to tell everybody you don't even know who I am."
This might have something to do with that too. Look at that. Here we have some praying hands.
Oh, here it says, it looks like after dinner, it says, they went to a place called Gethsemane, and Jesus said, "Sit here while I pray."
And what's interesting, I think he was praying about a cup, and he said to God, he said, I don't want to drink this cup that you put before me. That would be Jesus talking about the suffering that was coming. He wasn't sure he wanted to do it.
But he said, even though I don't want to do it, your will be done, God.
He would obey what God asked of him.
So.
All right, well
what's next?
Number 5.
Sound
Oh
good.
Boy, there's a whip. Oh, what would that be?
Well, as we said, Judas betrayed Jesus. He brought Jesus' enemies to capture him, and they arrested him right in that garden where they were praying. And they took Jesus to the Roman governor, and his name was Pontius Pilate. And the Roman governor thought, this guy's a troublemaker. I'm going to whip him. And so that's where the whip comes in.
Can we do the next one?
Okay, let's do the next one.
Oh, this is interesting. Because here it is. Here is a rooster. Look at that.
Well, it's what
There's
Jesus
a rooster
said.
in the story. I think we talked about that.
Because here's what the Bible says about Peter. He was watching Jesus be whipped, and some people said to him, "Hey, aren't you a friend of his?" And the Bible says, Peter began to curse and swear, "I don't know this man." So he did betray Jesus.
So Jesus was all alone. Here's a crown of thorns.
Don't prick yourself there, Opa. It looks
that
sharp.
That would be something they'd put on his head.
You're so right. It says the soldiers made fun of Jesus. Oh, let's keep going. This sounds sad.
Okay. All right. Here's another egg. Ooh, and these look like nails. Yeah, these would have been nails that they used to put Jesus on the cross.
That's exactly what they are, Opa. It says in the Bible, so they took Jesus and he went out bearing his own cross, and then they crucified him. with
He's nailed.
2 thieves, one on the right side and one on the left, and Jesus in between. So they put Jesus on a cross and killed him.
What do we got here?
Well, it says
Oh,
that's a
look at that.
linen cloth.
Huh.
And Joseph took the body, and that's Jesus' body, and wrapped it in a clean linen cloth and laid it in his own new tomb, which he had cut in the rock. So it was a tomb inside a rock, kind of like a cave. And he rolled a great stone over the entrance of the tomb.
Huh.
Okay.
Wonder. Look at that. There it is. There's the stone. So there was a big stone
In front of where Jesus' body was. There was a great earthquake, for an angel of the Lord descended from heaven and came and rolled back the stone. It says some women came to see, and when they saw the stone was rolled away, they looked inside, and there wasn't anything. But the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid. I know that you seek Jesus who was crucified. He is not here, for he is risen." Jesus died on the cross to take the punishment for my sins. And then he came to life again so that I could follow him once I've become a Christian.
And that's how we get new life.
That's how we get new life. The most important part of Easter is what Jesus did for us on the cross.
And we should thank him.
We should.